But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have
Yeah,
his
yeah,
cell
yeah.
phone.
This is a fact. I can prove almost definitively. I mean, it's basically definitive. We've got 3 different sources, probably 4, arguably 4, that are all saying the opposite of what Erika Kirk is saying. So let's prove out why I think it's a definitive lie.
How you doing? Wow, this lady, Erika Kirk, a wealthy widow and mother of 2. Well, I cannot say poor lady, because in my opinion, I doubt Erika Kirk is poor, and I do not want her to be poor. Guys, let's face it. People are being squeezed right now because of the economy. Just want to say to everybody, do not give up. Look to the Lord, because He is our provider. All right. Okay, let's get back to Erika. So people are taking what Erika has said and twisting it. No wonder Erika does not want to address criticism. Jimmy from the Jimmy Dore show just tinted his credibility by doing nothing when it comes to research. Dude, you must have people who are working for you. If you do not want to get your hands dirty, get one of your people to go out there and actually do research for you. If you don't have anybody, hire me. It's not for free, obviously. I want some ka-ching, ka-ching. But at least your credibility will still be intact. Apart from him, you have this other guy, Liberty, who just decided to jump on the same train. And he had the audacity to say he has it as a fact that he can almost definitely say that Erika lied. Because he has 3 to 4 sources who allegedly spoke different narrative to what Erika Kirk said. And the funny part is, this guy is using and relying on false evidence, made up evidence. It's very comical. It really is comical. Because you get people who will take whatever and turn it into whatever they want to fit their narrative, and they get so excited using evidence that is non-existent, using evidence that is made up, because they don't know how to investigate. They don't know how to do proper research. They just go with the flow. And if somebody is going against the flow, that does not mean that they are in the wrong, Mr. Liberty. So maybe people just don't understand English anymore. There are, after all, so many different dialects out there. But Erika's accent is not that strong. You can actually comprehend what she says. So this leads me to believe it must be selective hearing, because they just want to prove Erika Kirk wrong. Let's debunk this. Subscribe, like, follow, comment. It's free. Welcome to Film Identity. We're going to listen to the truth, then we're going to listen to the lie, then we're going to piece them together to see how the narratives are changed and how the contexts are changed. Here's Erika on the Glenn Beck Show as she promotes Charlie Kirk's book.
Can I ask you, and please feel free, I don't mean to pry, and so please feel free to say I'm not going to answer this.
Oh, no.
But
no.
I know,
Open book.
I know the tour, that was the first stop of the tour, and I know you two had met with your priest the night before, and do you think Charlie knew to some degree and had made the conscious choice that I may be taken out early, not saying he knew that day, but that he had any inkling that this might come his way and that he intentionally chose to move forward with faith in God?
It's interesting because I have unbelievable amounts of death threats. My kids have kidnapping threats, death threats. Our whole team has death threats. we knew that there was always going to be a threat, but Charlie and I we promised each other we would never live in fear. And he would say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me.
And guys, remember how Erika is about to start this sentence.
But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone. Didn't say that. And so what I do know is that we believe in the power of prayer. And what I do know is that we believe in our sovereign God. And what I do know is that that night before, we did what we usually did before tours. We said a prayer. And we asked the Lord to protect us. And we asked the Lord that his will be done. That's what we did.
Is it true that nobody knows, I mean, except for the family, nobody knows where he's buried because of what you are afraid people will do? My gosh.
Why do I need to have people coming to a private place that's for my in-laws? This is their son. This is the father of my children, my husband, my own parents. Like, I want to be in peace when I go and pray with my daughter and my son at my husband's gravesite. I don't need photos taken of me. I don't need people coming up, tapping me on the shoulder. We have a beautiful place that we'll be making for public. Yes. And people can ask, well, why did you put on display XYZ when all this happened? Because you know what? If we didn't show the behind the scenes of everything that happened and all that stuff, they would have still said, why didn't you show behind the scenes? If you do show behind the scenes, they're going to say, oh, this is terrible. You can't win. I'm not here to win. My audience,
Erika.
My audience is the Lord and Charlie. That's it.
Megyn Kelly had Frank Turek on her show, and this happened around towards the end of September. And to talk about, obviously, September 10th, amongst other things. And for us to understand what he said, its context is very important. So we're going to start here, as opposed to starting immediately where he addresses the issue that we're talking about.
Have you seen the nation begin to awake from its apathy regarding God, regarding Jesus, regarding love, and saying, we can't stand for this anymore. We have to do something. There's a spiritual awakening going on. And if you were to ask Charlie right now, would you give your life in order to awaken millions to the truth of what Jesus came to do, to save them for eternity? Would you do it? He would say, sign me up, because that was his mission anyway. Of course, he'd hate, obviously, to leave Erika and those two beautiful kids, but he would know the ripple effect. He would say, I would give my life for this. That was what he was all about, Megyn. He was Jesus number one. Everything else was secondary.
I know, it's true. I mean, I think when I listen to you, I think of a soldier. I think of, Navy SEAL or a Ranger or a Green Beret. And they know the danger is immense before they jump out of this helicopter or go into this compound and storm, an ISIS-infected place.
Remember what Frank Turek says, the reference dates, and the flow of the conversation.
They know they might die. They're very aware that they might die, and they do it anyway because they're courageous, and there are some things greater than self that they're willing to sacrifice for. And I see Charlie that same way because he knew this was dangerous. I mean, he knew this had grown dangerous beyond a point where I think the rest of us expect it to be.
You're right. In fact, about 6 months ago, something happened in the news where someone someone prominent, I can't remember the exact situation, but somebody prominent got shot. And so I texted him, I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. And he said, I have. I know they want me dead. Now, I don't think he had a specific they in mind, Megyn, but he knew that there was hostility. I mean, he got death threats all the time. And he knew there was hostility out there. And in fact, when we were driving into that event, this is the first event I've gone to a college campus with Charlie. He said, Frank, if you can come help me the first couple of days, could you stay an extra day and come with me to the first event? I said, of course. So we're driving in, Megyn, and his team has drones up looking at the crowd from above, and they text him some video. And there's thousands of people there an hour before the start. And I said, Charlie, I don't like this place. There's too many buildings. And but he shrugged it off. He knew there were thousands of people there. And he knew in order to minister to people, you can't completely isolate yourself. It's just like love. You can't keep your heart in a box. You got to give it away. If you keep it in a box, you'll protect it. It won't get hurt, but you won't love anyone. And Charlie loved people. He wanted to go out and interact with them. He wanted them to bring whatever question or objection they had to him so he could try and persuade them to the truth. And he knew that meant risk. And
Do you think he was scared at all? Do you, like, that morning, did he have any sort of a premonition?
no, Megan, he was, we got out of the car after we prayed, and
Jimmy from the Jimmy Dore hosted Candace Owens on his platform. Okay, so let's hear what Jimmy has to say.
Erika Kirk. Now, there's a new one where you have relayed information that Charlie Kirk told people the day before he was killed that he said they are going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And so Erika was asked about this by Glenn Beck. I miss how he used to cry all the time. I don't know why he doesn't do that anymore. I miss it, but he was my favorite crier. But here we go. Here's what she had to say about it.
I have unbelievable amounts of death threats. My kids have kidnapping threats, death threats. Our whole team has death threats. We knew that there was always going to be a threat, but Charlie and I
So I just want to stop it for a second. This isn't the point of this video, but she kind of makes it sound like this is new. She's admitting right there, this is not new. This has been always. This has been, so people, it sounds like they're trying to make it out like you are creating these death threats. Other people have. Yeah. And it's just, she's there admitting that we always knew, she said, and they always were receiving death threats. So it's not, I don't know why they bring it up, because it's not new.
First of all, Jimmy, if you had watched Outnumbered of Fox News, you will have understood that Erika pointed out there's been an increase because Turning Point and its employees have been in the spotlight due to people criticizing them. So threats and kidnapping threats have increased compared to the normal quantity they usually get. So let's watch Outnumbered.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
Secondly, Jimmy, Erika spoke about this to tell you more about the context of what she's about to explain. So she's laying out the context of what he's about to get into. Okay, so let's hear what Jimmy has to say.
But anyway, here we go.
we promised each other we would never live in fear. And he would say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
Okay, well, the problem is we have Frank Turek saying that he did say that. So here, let me play that.
And here Jimmy is about to play a clip that he thinks proves that Charlie Kirk sent Frank Turek a message the day before he was murdered. This is so embarrassing. The damage he has done to his credibility, if anybody even notices this.
And so I texted him. I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. And he said, I have. I know they want me dead. Now.
So, go ahead, take it where you would like on that, because here again, we have these people calling you a liar, and yet we have Frank Turek saying exactly, and then so they keep contradicting each other unwittingly, and that it indicates that someone's lying. And as you always point out, the only reason you would lie is to cover something up. So take it where you want.
I mean, this is real life soap opera with actors who don't wish to be part of it, but keep getting dragged into a confrontation. Let's hear how Candace plays the victim.
Well, here's what I'm just going to tell the truth. Okay. I did not see that she had said that when I did my show yesterday. And then I saw it after, and I can tell you 1000% that Andrew Colvett told me the night before Charlie was murdered, that Charlie Kirk texted him and said, they are going to kill me. Andrew Colbert is the person who received a text message from Charlie Kirk saying they're going to kill me. And I'm not getting that third party. I got that directly from Andrew Colbert. He asked me to keep it off record, and I would have kept it off record if Erika did not imply that I lied, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying she is saying Candace is lying. I am saying that since I was the one who put it out there, she's implying that I'm lying and that that's not true. So we have a scenario here where either Andrew Colbert has told an explicit lie or Erika Kirk is telling an explicit lie. It's not up for me to determine who. I didn't receive that text message, but yeah. And I also was told by a person at Turning Point USA, who I'm not going to name because they are one of my sources, that Dan Flood received the same message. So there you go. I don't know. I believe that she has his phone. I maybe somebody deleted it, but I don't know why Andrew Colbert, 48 hours after Charlie was dead, would lie to me. He did not sound like he was lying. He sounded very concerned about it. And I specifically said, like, who is they? Like, you know, like he said, they're going to kill me. And he said, I don't know who he was talking about. And I thought, it's kind of weird. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. I can just tell you the truth.
So Candace does what Candace does best. When things get heated up, Candace reveals private messages on X. And now she has just revealed her source because she does not want to face the backlash that was coming for her. And so now it's, oh no, I did not lie. I just told what I heard from Andrew Colbert. But Candace, you're supposed to be an investigator. You cannot take things at face value. Why did you not demand to get a screenshot of the message as you did previous times regarding the group chat? You provided a group chat text message. How come you don't have one in this case? Now it's like your word against Andrew's. So what Candace is saying to me is not adding up, because who provided her with that group chat? If you remember correctly, Andrew Colbert has said, oh, he gave it through to the FBI and then he doesn't know what happened after that. And regardless of the fourth person who has confirmed the text message that Charlie allegedly sent, you're still not providing the proof unless you're going to get it, I don't know, later today. Let's watch this clip.
So what do you think is in it for someone to deny that Charlie Kirk was saying that? I mean, what's in it for that? What's in it for Erika Kirk to deny that right now?
Is she denying it? Did Andrew make it up? Is Frank making it up? I don't know. But this is kind of the repeat problem that we have with Turning Point, is that somebody's lying, but we're also told, how dare we notice the lies, right? And so we're constantly in this pull. Now, I was thinking that some of their lies were because they have a lot of Jewish money. And they're always like, oh, we only have a few Jewish donors. Yeah, but they're the big donors, right? So like, it's like, hey, this person's got to be a $2 million check like Bob Shulman was, and he's going to pull it away. That matters. So I don't know if that's what they're being motivated by. It never made sense to me why they didn't come out and instantly admit that Charlie was fighting with the pro-Israel cause and wrote that. They said he didn't. I dropped it. And then they tried to at first say he said it in jest, and then they kind of came clean and were like, yeah, he was under some pressure. It almost feels like, I don't know. I don't want to assign motive. I don't want to say who I think is lying. I'm just saying that it's very obvious that somebody is lying. I mean, somebody is lying. So
look at Candace playing Candace. Did you guys notice when she was asked by Jimmy Dore, what is in it for Erika to deny it right now? Her response was, is she denying it? Did Andrew make it up? Is Frank making it up? Same old, candy, oh.
So was it Andrew Colbert who told you that you and Tucker Carlson were next?
Yes.
And so
he was in the hospital, by the way. That was just a couple of hours after Charlie got shot. So that already even disputes the idea that it was a lone shooter and it was Tyler Robinson avenging, like, hey, okay, so who told you that? Who told you that? It had to have been a federal agent. It couldn't have just been like your friend. She's on a list. Like that's intel, right? That's not like, you're here, you're getting updates from federal agents. He never explicitly said who it was, but he is the person who told me that.
And he still hasn't revealed who told him that?
No.
Okay. So again, these are all logical, legitimate questions.
But what's the relationship between Andrew Colvett and Candace Owens? Are they friends, ex-colleague? Why did he provide her with such information? Why was he her source? Was it because he's the PR for tpusa? Okay guys, so let's debunk this using a real life case study of this guy, Liberty, who claims to have unlocked the mystery and that Erika Kirk is allegedly lying, and all should believe Candace and her sources because he believes her.
This is a fact. I can prove almost definitively. I mean, it's basically definitive. We've got 3 different sources, probably 4, arguably 4, that are all saying the opposite of what Erika Kirk is saying. So let's prove out why I think it's a definitive lie.
1000% that Andrew Colvett told me the night before Charlie was murdered that Charlie Kirk texted him and said, they are going to kill me. Andrew Colvett is the person who received a text message from Charlie Kirk saying they're going to kill me. And I'm not getting that third party. I got that directly from Andrew Colvett.
So his first proof is Candace, that Candace has said this and she got it from Andrew.
He asked me to keep it off record, and I would have kept it off record if Erika did not imply that I lied, right?
So that's Candace Owens on with Jimmy Dore today. You may be thinking to yourself, okay, well, that's not enough, Clint. That's not enough. I mean, this is basically hearsay. You have to trust Candace Owens, who's being told that by Andrew Colvett, according to her, 48 hours after Charlie's death. And you don't know, maybe Colvett's lying or maybe Candace is lying, even though I'm very confident she's not, particularly about this topic. So this is where it gets pretty provable. Frank Turek, who is allegedly the mentor to Charlie Kirk before he passed, had this to say.
He wrote me this: please pray for me. I'm under the gun on something right now. Prayers appreciated. I texted him and I said, I hope you've increased your security detail. He texted me back. He said, quote, I have. I know they want me dead.
Number one, Frank Turek's message said it was 6 months ago. So this must have taken place in March. It's not the day before Charlie Kirk was murdered. Someone took 2 separate videos and joined them together to form a new narrative.
Charlie Kirk texted him saying, I know they want me dead. He also said, I'm under the gun right now. Please pray for me. So pretty explicit. I mean, this is not like real nebulous claims here. He's saying like, he's not, I mean, it's nebulous in the sense that he's saying they, so we don't know who they is, but it doesn't come across as like a metaphorical threat. It's not like he's like under the metaphorical gun, but it sounds like he's actually under the gun. And he knows that they want him dead. And that's how you know that it's not just metaphorical. So in order to believe Erika Kirk, that she has his cell phone, she's looked through it, and that those text messages never happened, you have to believe that Candace Owens, Frank Turek, probably Andrew Colvett, and also the additional contact that Candace Owens has within tpusa is all lying. All of them are lying, and Erika Kirk is telling the truth. I'm going to go with the odds on this one and say Erika Kirk is clearly lying. And here's
So let's listen to both the incorrect one and then the correct one.
So this is where it gets pretty provable. Frank Turek, who is allegedly the mentor to Charlie Kirk before he passed, had this to say.
He wrote me this: please pray for me. I'm under the gun on something right now. Prayers appreciated. I texted him and I said, I hope you've increased your security detail. He texted me back. He said, quote, I have. I know they want me dead.
This had grown dangerous beyond a point where I think the rest of us expect it to be.
You're right. In fact, about 6 months ago, something happened in the news where someone someone prominent, I can't remember the exact situation, but somebody prominent got shot. And so I texted him, I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. And he said, I have. I know they want me dead. Now, I don't know who, I don't think he had a specific they in mind, Megan, but he knew that there was hostility. I mean, he got death threats all the time.
The incorrect one, people are assuming that Frank Turek is referring to, hey, I actually got this message the day before Charlie Kirk was murdered. He said 6 months ago, 6 months ago is when I sent him the message.
But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
Shame on you, dude. You really thought you did it. This is really a soap opera, and it's unfortunate that it's a real life soap opera because real lives are at stake here. In conclusion, Erika's stance is that the day before Charlie was murdered, he was not messaging people that he was going to be murdered. Erika has the cell phone and has looked through the cell phone. Did he delete it? Is that the question? Did he send a message and then afterward delete it? Did Charlie message people before to Frank Turek when they were conversing 6 months ago? Yes. And yes, this is what Frank Turek's interview with Megyn Kelly proves. Candace allegedly has no evidence, no screenshot of the message Charlie sent to Andrew and the other guy. There's no recorded conversation that Candace has provided with Andrew, except to just name him allegedly as her source of information, her tpusa source, one of them. There's still another one. So this makes me wonder if the other person who gives her information from tpusa can still trust her. Who's lying? Where does the truth lie? Comment, share, follow, subscribe. It's free. Merry Christmas to all. Invest in yourself. Be encouraged. Invest in the Word of God. Guys, ciao.